welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be mainly focusing on the pretty much just my tune. I've been getting a lot of comments asking, about just what I have done specifically to my tune. So what you're mainly going to be editing is the main parameters. So you can see that's over here, and this is the tune that's uploaded to my car. So I have a lot of things edited. I changed a couple things just for my own personal car. And here pretty much what I have done to it. So I raised my rev limit just a little bit to 7,200, and then the restart is 7,125. And then for my two-step, that's pretty much this. It's the lower. It's pretty much another rev limiter. So it has to be lower than your actual rev limiter. And so the low limit, I have it set at 5,000, and the low restart is 4,950. So the restart, that's pretty much just the RPM that it's going to pretty much fire again. So it's going to be bouncing back between 4,950 and 5,000, just bouncing back. And then for the full throttle shift, I have it set at 6,900 RPM, so it just stays pretty much all the way up, so I can shift faster. And then the basic two-step, that's the same as the other rev limit. And I am running a catless downpipe, so I have the P0420 code turned off. I have it completely disabled so it doesn't throw any codes or any of that, and it has all of that too if you want to disable any of that. And for my idle, I raised it to 900 instead of a 750 as what it would be stock, and I just did that because why not? Don't really mess with closed loop settings. So for the field cut delay, so the way I do my the Burble tune pretty much is you need to look at the field cut delay and also the field cut TPS. So for mine, I have it at for first gear, I have it at 400. So it's in milliseconds. So 400 is like 4 seconds, I believe. So it's gonna be dumping fuel for 4 seconds after you let off the throttle, and that's pretty much what gives it the burble. And you can edit what RPM it can like burble at, and that's why I have it for first gear. It's 2,000 RPM for me, and then everything else is 4,000, but I only have it enabled for first, second, and third gear because I don't really need it for fourth, fifth, and sixth. And I also have early spool, and I also disabled my rev hang because who wants rev hang? And this is how I did the boost by gear. Pretty much 12 psi for first, and then everything else is disabled. So it's pretty much just max power in every other gear. I also lowered the VTEC. So instead of it hitting at 5,500, it is now at 5,000. And yeah, I can kind of tell the difference, not really. And anti-lag, I don't have it I don't have it enabled at the moment, just because it doesn't really do anything for me. But I used to have it enabled because when I would do the anti-lag before I hit my two-step, I think it would shoot flames. I couldn't see, but the pops were a lot nastier. So, and usually for anti-lag, you want to set the ignition target at a negative negative number. I have mine at -10, but it gets more aggressive as you make it more. So -20 would be more aggressive than -10. So, but I don't recommend doing it because it's kind of bad for your turbo. And if you want to do two-step but you have a catalytic converter, you will pretty much melt everything inside, and you'll end up with a P0420 code, and you'll have to either get a new cat or a catless downpipe and just disable the P0420 if you have Ktuner or a Honda. So that's everything on my tune. So I'm gonna open up a new one and I'm gonna just show you how you can edit them. Alright, so we're the new tune. So for rev limits, so you can just, you can really just put whatever you want, but I'd stay safe with it. And I know 7200 is safe because, well, it hasn't blown up yet. And then for the idle, if you do want to change it, you just highlight it and you can just and then you can put tab and it'll just go to the next one. I found that out not too long ago. You just want to go all the way down the row. Quick adjustments, I have these pretty much maxed out. I used to have it on just the factory, but I decided to see how responsive it would actually, or how much it would actually improve. And it did improve. It's not too crazy, but I definitely feel it. Alright, so for the burbles, if you want, you can change, well, it shows you the gear, so it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and I don't think there's a sixth, but you can just double click and then 400, 400, 400, and then you can raise this to 4,000 or whatever, however high you want it to be, and then these are already 4,000. And also the bigger the number is, the longer you're gonna be pretty much dumping gasoline, because that's all it does. It just keeps the injectors firing for longer. But that's why I have mine at 400. It's not too long, but I can still get some burbles when I want, and that's why I don't have it in I only have it in first, second, and third, because that's usually the only gears I actually want to hear the burbles in. The only necessary gears. And that's about it. Boost by gear, you can just, shows you all these options. I have mine set at 12 because, and I still spinning with 12 psi in first, but it's better than what it was. And I do plan on taking it to the track soon when everything opens up again. Might go with one of my coworkers with he has a turbo SI, and he's actually getting it tuned right now, e-tuned. So when he's done with that, I'll probably get some footage of that, race him. I'll probably get spanked for sure. But it should still be a fun race. If you have any specific questions about what I did, or just any questions about anything really, you can just comment them down below, and I usually always reply fairly quick. So any question at all, leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.